Hi everybody, it's Tina at Tina Stitches. It is Saturday, May the 5th, noon, and I decided it's time to do another video. This is not going to be a typical floss tube. Sorry about the glare. It's a nice day outside. It's still gray, but it's better than snow. I decided that I would like to do a bin of shame video, and this is my bin of shame. It's not that I'm ashamed of these things, it's a shame they're not framed, and that's what I told my husband when I told him his project was in the bin of shame. He thinks I'm making it up, but it's the truth. It's in there. I haven't gone through this basket since, it's been over a year now. I picked some projects to take out to visit a friend, and then they went back into the bin, and there they stay. One of these days I'm going to find a decent framer and have them frame some of these items. So let's just get started. These are in no particular order, just the order I pull them out in, and some of them I may not even know when I made them. I know some of them may not even be complete, and one of them even has the chart still in here. Marty Bell's Sweet Blue, which I was going to do for my stepsister's Sweet 16. She's now 25. It's still not finished. It's in here somewhere. Some of these might even be just empty canvas. So this is not finished. It is a dragon, mostly. This was from a Pegasus Designs book. Dragons. Something in dragons. And that's a 14 count oatmeal. I'm going to try to put them. I was going to try to put them back, but I don't know if that's going to happen. This is a beautiful design that should be framed, but it isn't. Yet. This is Bride. It's stitched on 28 count antique white, and I do not know the name of the designer. I stitched this back in the 90s when somebody I kinda knew was going to get married and ended up not getting married, and now they're separated. But it's still a nice design. Should get it framed. Just an empty bit of coffee Jobelin. I think that's what I stitched the Mirabilia on. This looks like Stony Creek Carousel. It's got Krynic throughout it. No beads. And I do not know the number of the pamphlet that came from. It was definitely a pamphlet. It was not one of the magazine charts. Again, stitched in the 90s. This one is one of my favorites, and I really do need to get it framed. This is the first time, I think, that I attempted 1/1. And this is just looking to see if I put a date on it. But I didn't. Shame on me. Lady of Shalott by Teresa Wensler. Intricate borders, tons of beads. Well, not tons, but in the border there's a few, and in the mirror. And of course I'm getting a shadow. But her face is 1/1. And I do have a lot of Teresa Wensler's patterns, and I've stitched a couple of them, and you'll see more in here. But that one, I think, spoke to me mostly because it's a lady sitting there stitching. What's this one? Ah, this is the one that was the coffee, 28 count coffee Jobelan. Really need to get this one framed. This one is Mirabilia's. I can't remember the name. Three Graces, I think. And anything with three girls in it appealed to me because I have two sisters. But this one is lots of beads. Lots and lots. And originally the pattern called for dark mauve flowers, but I changed them to a cream colored flower with a gold center for a couple of reasons. Look at the sparkle there. My grandmother gave me a brooch. Well, I inherited a brooch that was a yellow rose with a gold center. And my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, he had a love for daisies. So that's why I changed the color there. And this one I was very, very close to the edge here. So that's why I left this scrap fabric on, so that when it's framed it can be stretched. I forgot how pretty this, how sparkly it is. This one, I can tell just by the bead pack in there, with only one bead left. This is just Nan's something with the needle. It says the needle is a traveler, the needle is a laborer, the needle is a sorcerer, the needle is a friend. And there's a gold needle to go in this spot here. And there's a charm, a rose charm to go up here. But all the beading and everything is done on this. It just needs to have the charm attached, and then it can be framed. I'm going to leave that one out because I might have a frame for that. I think this one's empty. Yep. I'm going to keep the empty ones to one side. It would help if there was a bottom on it. Keeps it from getting crushed, though. This is another Teresa Winsler. And this one, I remember seeing Pip Stitch talking about this. And I'm not sure if he started it or not. I haven't seen this for a while, and I forgot that there was iridescent floss in the feathers. Another Teresa Winsler, Majestic Peacock. Another one that definitely deserves to be framed. There's specialty stitches. And beads. And tons of blended threads throughout. And that was, I'm sure I signed this one. Yeah. Looks like 2006. So the Lady of Shalott would have been around the same time too. I love the corner. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see what else we got here. This one is one that the Buddies online group had, many of them had been able to go to a retreat, and there was classes there, and they bundled up a kit of one of the exclusive patterns, and they sent it to me with a few of the specialty threads and such, which was very, very, very thoughtful. And I did start it, and this is a Stony Creek, and I don't know what year the maybe I'll sneeze. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze. So yeah, the Buddies had, kitted this up for me with the specialty threads, because at that time I was unable to obtain the threads but on my own, and the online buying was just not what it is today. I mean, today you can definitely get all of the threads and more that you want. I don't, like I said, I don't remember what year this would have been from, but it was a celebration of needlework, I believe. Retreat. Stony Creek. And there's a lot of specialty stitches. Rhodes Hearts. A lot of detail in that one. I really should finish it. I'm still in contact with a lot of the members of that group. I'll put that in the don't bury pile. Just a scrap. Scrap. I don't really stitch on 18 count unless I'm doing ornaments or something like that, so that's why I'm sure none of these have other patterns on them. Maybe I'll swap with somebody or something who wants that. Black even weave, which I had a plan for, and then I decided not to, and I think this is a piece that I had done my son's stocking on the other part of it. Or these. These are what I made for my children as birth records, because I was all into the Stony Creek and Krynic, and I'm pretty sure this is a Stony Creek pattern. Should I back up the name? Maybe. He might not want his name on there. Okay. So this is the one for my oldest son. And put this behind and see if that helps. And it's almost all got Krynic in it, except for the little sleepy bear. And that was for the older one. And this was for the younger one. That ribbon could be an actual ribbon, I think. I think I would change that. Back when, didn't see all the designs that you see nowadays. I was into kitty things as my kids were little, and yeah, this, I know what this is, and this is going to need a cardboard. Or the lid. Let's try this. And this one, I stitched the wrong way, and it could really use a good wash. And I also didn't know what Whisper was, so I I think I just used a shiny Krynic because I had no idea. This is Angel of Winter by Lavender and Lace. And I finished this in, I don't know when. It's not signed. I know it was in the 90s, late 90s. But yeah, I think I'm going to go over the collar and her sleeve here with the Whisper, just a strand of Whisper. But yeah, I finished that one and I decided I had to do the other angels. And as you can see, I was pretty close to the edge on the, particularly on that side. But it still worked out. That's why there's so much room here. So I was fortunate that way. And I have the other angels, I just haven't. I have Angel of Summer almost completely beaded, finished except for the beading, which I am going to be working on today, I think. And this is another one where it really, really, really deserves to be framed. But it deserves to be framed professionally. And this is the second Haid that I've done. And it is Romeo and Juliet, artwork by Hughes, charted by Haid. I like the classic artwork, and there was a lot of black. A lot. This whole strip here, all down here, all that, all 310. Minus the little bit of highlights there and there. 2/1 on 25 count half cross. That is Haid number 2. This is Haid number 1. And I believe it was after I finished doing this one that I realized must grid. Because I was that close to the edge when I finished. So ever since then, I grid my page lines at the very least. You know what? I don't think Romeo and Juliet. I don't think I labeled that right. I'll have to correct that because now I'm questioning. I'm pretty sure this is a Hughes. This is Ophelia. And it's all curling up on itself. When I started at the top. Normally at this point in my stitching experience, I would have started at the middle and worked my way out. But I decided to start at the top and work my way down through the beautiful dress. And when I was stitching that hand, I was very close to not going forward because the hand is, it's in shades of green. But when you look at it from further back, it doesn't affect it that much. And when I finished it, I had put it on Facebook, a picture, and it actually looks like one of my nieces over in England. Looks just like Danielle. And again, a lot of 310 in those shadows. When I was doing this one, I know I was doing, okay, do a block of 310 and go to a more fun part of the project. And there's my back. Half cross, 125 count, off-white, even weave. That's my favorite for, my favorite method for heights is 2/1/2 cross. We're almost to the bottom because I know that's just supplies. Actually, I don't know if there's anything on this. Look, empty. I would stock up on 28 count even weave Monaco. Whenever I saw it on sale, I grab it. Okay. This is Sweet Blue by Marty Bell. And it is very close to being finished. I mean, really what's left is the back stitching. On 14 count oatmeal, probably by Charles Craft. And this is the one that my husband stitched, and he actually designed this, and it's up again in his Etsy store at Flinging Ink. And he has lost the original pattern, but he's recharted it. And this is, I'm not sure what he's renamed it. I will look that up. And I'm trying to get it to straighten out here. But it's a moose in the winter scene. And this one he did a lot of dimensional stitching, as in the background he changed directions for the crosses, and some of it is full cross with one strand, and the moose is 2 strands, and then the tree is 3 strands to give it depth. And that is, again, recharted new version on his Etsy store, Flinging Ink. And I think that's it for cross stitch. The rest is leftover fabric and quilts. And this is the hat my eldest son had in the hospital, which had to be rolled up twice because he was so tiny. Oh, this is just a nice size piece of raw linen that I should find a project for. So all in all, my bin of shame is not horrible, but I really do need, I can frame some of these. I pulled 2 of them out to frame now, but I need to find a decent framer for the Haids and the Teresa Wenslers. And I am not really participating in Mania. I am and I'm not. I am stitching on whatever I stitched on last year, and if I finished something for that day, I will stitch on something else. There's something else that I am working on. This, it was hanging on off pins behind me because I wanted to try to get it to straighten out, and it was not straightening out. So then I got some Mary Ellen's Best Press, and I've got it to straighten out. And this is Alice Off With Their Heads, and it's a box kit. And I have all the pieces stitched. The only thing I don't know if I'm gonna do is I don't like the way Alice's face doesn't show up. So I might just take some thread and backstitch a little bit there. But I have a box. I just have to go and get it. I was going to take it outside today and sand it down and start giving it a new life, and see if I can get that finally fully finished. But that's it for now. I hope you guys have a wonderful Mania. Don't go too crazy. I know I'm going to try to stay sane with my just stitch what I started last year plans, and maybe I'll do a stitch with me for next week. It's not going to be on Beloved. Oh, it might be on Beloved. I'm not doing Beloved this minute because I have to frog a little tiny bit, and if you want to see it, let's see if we can do this smoothly. There it is. On its perch where it stands when it's not being worked on. This is my floss box here in my scissor porn collection. And that's not even nearly all of it. I have a pair of scissors in each project bag. But that's another video. Anyways, I am going to take off. I'm going to try to get this uploaded. I think my husband might be home now. Maybe we'll go out for lunch or something. We'll see. Anyways, take care. Happy stitching. Bye.